one of the things for me that stood out was the balancing act on tax, both corporate income, personal income, and then VAT, which has been spoken about again and again and again. Is there political risk there, and what does it mean that the obvious whipping boy, the corporates didn't get taxed higher? What happened there?
Look, I think if you actually have a look at where South Africa sits from a corporate tax point of view compared to globally, you'll see we actually sit at a very high rate. 28% is actually very high internationally. And if you look at it as a percentage share of GDP, again, we're above both OECD countries and indeed the rest of Africa. So hiking corporate taxes was never going to be a good thing from that perspective, because it would just decrease our global competitiveness. And of course, obviously, it has a negative impact on corporate sector activity and in turn on employment. So the Davis Tax Commission has looked at this quite significantly when they look at the spread or the different ways to tax. And of course, the big issue that they have is that the more you tax on the corporate front, the lower you actually end up with in terms of economic growth and employment. So it's a big issue for us because we really need to have substantially higher employment in South Africa. And I think, shifting it onto VAT, well, VAT is very low from an international standard. So what they've done is they've presented a budget which is correct internationally. But whether it's going to be correct for our politics is something we're going to see down the line.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with Annabel. The world is a very fast-moving place, and money moves very quickly, and it goes to the most efficient usage. So, politically, it might be a model that says, well, the corporate tax rate is 28%. Let's raise it to even 35%. That will have a direct impact on growth, direct impact on employment or unemployment, and I think it's a very difficult thing to do in the global economy that we live in. Money moves very, very quickly, and that's something that I think sometimes the politicians miss. They're very insular when they look at the situation in our country, or any country for that matter, not just peculiar to South Africa, is that they fail to recognize that the globalization and the speed of setting up business or moving businesses has a direct impact, and it has a direct impact very quickly.